Don't talk about sun in the drag.
Buenas noches, zona norte, buenas noches, radio escuchan, ante todo mucha calma. Acá el ruso quien les habla, otro lunes, acá desde Fm Fenix. Hoy un día pesado, medio está lluvioso ahora, cayeron 4 gotas, muy húmedo. Esperemos que si llueva, que llueva para refrescar. Buenas noches, radio escuchas, ante todo mucha calma. Acá el ruso quien te habla en este ATMC 927 programas ininterrumpidos acá desde Fm Fenix 100.3 de la ciudad de Martínez. Buenas noches, Sergito, operador estrella de la radio. Buenas noches a todos los que están escuchando a través de sus radios transistor, a través de 100.3 o a través de www.fmfenix.com.ar o a través de todas las redes sociales, todas las aplicaciones que hay para escuchar radio en la actualidad. Repito, está abierto www.fmfenix para escuchar. Después está abierto también el grupo Ante Todo Mucha Calma, el grupo de Facebook Ante Todo Mucha Calma, lo buscan, ahí van a ver bloque a bloque que lo voy pinchando. Está el Instagram ATMC Records, que incluye lo del programa y el sello. Y como bien saben, esta noche acá desde Finlandia, banda que se va a estar presentando recién mañana acá en Buenos Aires. Vienen hoy mismo, llegaron de Montevideo y fresquitos, de hecho cruzaron el charco, y algunos de sus miembros, creo que 3 o 4, 3 seguro, venían acá al programa Ante Todo Mucha Calma. Estoy hablando de The Mutants, banda que es su segunda visita a Sudamérica, así que van a estar acá contándonos un poco, obviamente, de la banda, contándonos un poco de la gira, que les repito, arrancó en Uruguay este fin de semana y comienza acá en Argentina. Con unas cuantas fechas que voy a decir, pero mañana ya tienen una en martes en vinilo en Club B. Después el sábado hay una en Stramer Bar, ahí en Palermo, y el domingo en Detroit Club de Morón. Bueno, después voy a andar diciendo con quienes tocan y demás. 4798-9454, 4793-3510, los números de la emisora, atmsradio@hotmail.com. Un saludo a mis sponsors, la bodega Semblia del Valle de Uco, bodega de Semblia con Z, Semblia del Valle de Uco, el vino que toma el ruso todos los días de su vida. La Forqueta en el Bajo de San Isidro, en la calle Primera Junta al 800, comida casera de la familia Ragonese. Un saludo a Pony, a Quellin, a Agus, a Bren, que se está por ir, me parece, y obviamente a Julie, a la familia entera. Y también a Le Coq Doré. Esta semana está cerrada por vacaciones, pero Le Coq Doré en el Bajo de Punta Chica, en la calle Vito Dumas, 321 Vito Dumas y Las Vías. Comida francesa cocinada por Dani, atendida por sus dueños, con Ricardo y por Daniel. Bueno, arranqué este programa con Showstrammer, de su disco X-Ray Style, con Diggy the New. Y hoy recibí una noticia muy fea, en el sentido que, murió un conocido de todos aquellos que, aquellos que tuvimos la suerte de conocerlo. Murió Diego Díaz, Didi, un tipazo que, conocí en muchas fechas, tantas noches con Didi. Él hizo en su momento, ahora hace rato que no lo hacía, un programa de radio, Pintó el Riot. Fui invitado unas cuantas veces y él siempre me decía que Pintó el Riot surgió en un punto gracias Ante Todo Mucha Calma. Él siempre nombraba este programa como esa cosa que le dio para poder él también hacer un programa de radio. Él estuvo en FM La Boca, estuvo dando vueltas por otras radios, Pintó el Riot, junto a Manny y algunos amigos más. Y luego de pelear con una enfermedad bastante tortuosa, muchas idas y venidas, recuperos y altibajos, lamentablemente en el día de hoy nos dejó el gran Didi. Un saludo a la familia, a todos los amigos y buen viaje. Y keep on rocking, motherfucker. Desde acá, un saludo grande, un abrazo desde la familia del rock que te va a extrañar, Didi. Como dije, en un rato acá desde Finlandia, The Mutants, banda que tiene unos cuantos discos ya en su haber. Su último disco es del año 2018, llamado Mutantiki. el otro se llama la anterior, La Fiesta Infernal, Multicalypso Now, Boogie de la Muerte, Grave Groove, Death Cult y Voodoo Blues. Esos son los discos que desde el 2003 al 2018 han editado los muchachos de Mutants, que repito son de Finlandia. Y bueno, esta noche en exclusiva van a estar acá en ATMC. Vamos al primer bloque. Después les voy a decir las efemérides de un día como hoy. Primer bloque de Champs, aquellos que siguen el tema de Tequila también, haciendo dos temas, Spark Plug y Go Little Go Cat. Luego viene Wayne Cochran haciendo The Naughty Q. Siguiente viene Joe South, Chills. Y cierra el bloque Link Ray con su gran tema Vendetta. ATMC 927 esperando a The Mutants. Recuerden que el lunes que viene no. El lunes que viene por ahora lo tengo libre. El lunes 16, pero el lunes 23 sí hay banda. El lunes 23, como saben, Fred and Rose, que estuvieron ahora de gira por la Patagonia, van a estar acá el lunes 23. Por ahora el lunes que viene lo tengo libre. Vamos con The Champs, Spark Plug.
Straight called me Spark Plug, Spark Plug. I'm just looking for some loving, and everybody calls me Spark Plug. Now I used to have a gal named Sally, and she me. Well, we had a fight and broke up one night because she couldn't keep up with me. Now everybody calls me Spark Plug. Yeah, 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 Spark Plug. I'm just looking for some loving, yeah, and everybody call me Spark Plug. And I'm moving. Now everybody calls me Spark Plug. Yeah, I'm just looking for some loving, and everybody calls me Spark Plug. Oh, when loving, and she wants her loving right, she just picks up the phone and yells for old Spark Plug. Anytime, day or night, and everybody calls me Spark Plug. Me when she starts to dance with the crowd for the after-school hop. When she really moves it to the beat of the bop, they holler, go, go, little go, cats. Jump, jump, little go, cats. Shake, shake, little go, cats. Go, little go, cat, go. All day long at school she can't sit quiet, but she's on a solid rock and roll diet. When the bell rings at the end of the day, the kids they follow her and then they shout and say, hey, go, go, little go, cat. Jump, jump, little go, cat. Shake, shake, little go, cat. Go, little go, cat, go. From school about 4 o'clock, turns on the radio and starts to rock. The telephone rings about a dozen times. It's all her friends on the end of the line saying, go, go, little go, cat, yeah. Jump, jump, little go, cat, uh-huh. Shake, shake, little go, cat. Go, little go, cat, go. Now the guys all ask her to go steady. The answer is she's not quite ready. They ask her who's her big romance. She laughs and says, I just love to dance. Go, go, little go, cat, yeah. Jump, jump, little go, cat. Shake, shake, go, little go, cat, go.
Vision. Gane regalando la inteligencia en juego. Saxon, la fantástica aventura tridimensional. Blackjack Poker. Compare su habilidad con las cartas compitiendo contra un experimentado croupier. Mousetrap, un ratón devorador de queso perseguido por hambrientos gatos. Carnival, competencia en un parque de diversiones. Pepper 2, laberinto sin salida donde el diablo espera. Space Panic, un astronauta contra los monstruos espaciales. Looping, suba al avión, despegue y el mundo más increíble estará a sus pies. Con la gran variedad de juegos de ColecoVision, la inteligencia en...
Now, listen to me, baby. There's a real cool thing going around. They're calling it the naughty coup, and it's going all over town. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do it, so... Yeah, baby. Just put your soft, warm lips to my ear. Tell me the words that I want to hear. Yeah, baby. And then you cool to me, baby. Oh, come on now. Cool to me, baby. Cool to me, baby. Cool to me, baby. Cool to me, baby. Oh, whisper my ear. Oh, yeah, baby. Now, while your lips is warm and moist, nibble on my ear. Now, this gives me a cool sensation. I can feel clearly here. Yeah, baby. Now, they will start our negging. You know what comes next. We'll start a little naughty coup, and then who gives a heck goes, oh, you can cool to me, baby. Oh, come on now. Cool to me, baby. Cool to me, baby. Just one more time. Cool to me, baby. Yeah. Cool to me, baby. Nibble on my ear. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, one more time. Yeah.
For the next 90 seconds, while this preview of coming attractions is playing, will all filmgoers with any degree of wit, taste, and intelligence please keep your critical remarks to yourselves, or we'll nail your tongues to the floor. Thank you.
If you want fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, go for a wild, wild ride with the Watusi cats. But beware, the sweetest kittens have the sharpest claws. For your own safety, see faster pussycat. Kill. Wild women, wild wheels. Race the fastest pussycats, and they'll beat you to death. Superwoman, belted, buckled, and booted.
Yourself on this kid and hanging yourself for nothing. For nothing? It's got nothing to do with the money. She is the money. Jack and Jill, they make the mafia look like brownies.
Hey, he's a big one, ain't he? Got mustard all the way to his ears.
Yeah. 10% of your action be enough for anyone.
Too much for one man to handle. And again, you never can tell. You girls a bunch of nudists, or you just short of clothes?
Right now, you're first on my list. And I always like to talk. You've only got one channel. And your channel's busy tuning in outside. You really should be AM and FM. So who do I get to take care of? The muscle man? You got two of everything. And some left over. You did one. You want it big. Breast or thigh, darling?
Why don't you take one of each, son? They both look tender. He's got a big motor to feed.
But give you heaps it is. My motor never runs down, baby. Sit down.
You were too rough the last time.
All right, here's how it works. Everybody's got to go.
You name it, we've got it. Faster pussycat kills, delivers tons more than the opposition. Unladylike karate chops, ungentlemanly haymakers, spirited gymnastics, corrective table etiquette, sandbox jousting, or a muscle-bound cat wrestling with a roaring sports car that's intent upon squashing him like a grape. Bizarre kidney and chassis-rattling chases, and for the first time on the screen, a haymaking, belly-busting, karate-chopping, judo-flipping fight to end them all. Superwoman against man. The prize, life itself. Slashing, tackling, gouging, hacking, flipping, belting, smashing, and blasting. Muscle to muscle, bone to bone. For an incredible evening's entertainment. A film so totally satisfying. See Russ Meyer's Faster Pussycat. Kill.
Last night as I lay sleeping, I dreamed about the H-bomb. Well, the bomb went off, it was a Holocaust. I was the only man on the ground. I was the only man on the ground. Well, 13 women and only one man around. Well, 13 women and only one man around. And as funny as it may be, the one and only man in the world was me, with 13 women and only one man around. Three girls every morning, seeing that I was well fed. Believe you me, one sweetened my tea, while the other one buttered my bread. Oh, no, while the other one buttered my bread.
Bueno, pasó recién el primer bloque con 5 temas, 2 de los Champs, Sparkplug y Go Little Go Cat. Luego, bueno, Wayne Cochran haciendo The Naughty Coup, Joe South, Chills, y por último fue Link Ray and the Rayman con el gran tema Vendetta. Bueno, como anunciamos el lunes pasado, lo cerramos hace ya un mes más o menos con Pirulo, cuando me comentó que estaban viniendo por acá. Es la segunda vez que vienen de gira por Sudamérica. Acá tengo a 3 de los miembros que acaban de llegar esta misma tarde-noche desde Uruguay. Estoy hablando acá con The Mutants. Good night, brothers and sisters. How are you, man?
Hola Buenos Aires. Tres mutantes. Well, maybe you can talk in Finnish if somebody is listening from Finland. Say hi to... Jos meillä on maan ystäviä siellä
linjojen äärellä, niin terveiset kotosuomesta. Siellä on helvetin kylmä. Täällä on paljon kivempaa.
Okay, I don't know what you said.
They will know. They will understand.
They will know it. Okay, we will talk in English mainly, so people will they are used to English here. Well, this is your second trip here to South America, or your third trip? Third trip to.
We've been three times in Argentina, and I think 2 or 3 times in Brazil.
In Brazil.
Some of them they were like separate tours, and some of them first Brazil, then Argentina. And now on this tour we just started it like 2 days ago, and we were in Uruguay, in Montevideo, and had a show there on Saturday. It was blast, really fun, really good city. And now we are in Buenos Aires, and we are really fired up because we love Buenos Aires. We always love to come back here.
Hot for you, no?
Yes, it's hot.
This is a rock and roll city.
I can imagine that it's really hot for you now. But well, with all this coronavirus, I think it's much better being like in a hot place than in a cold place.
Yes, yes.
The whole fucking world is getting insane with this fucking virus. But here, well, so let's talk about last night. Saturday night.
Yes.
You played
Montevideo.
How was it?
In Migrant. It was good. It was a nice club. Yeah, really nice club.
You played with Supersónicos.
Supersónicos and Monkelis. Those 2 bands.
Yes.
2 bands and the Mutants also. It was great.
First time in Uruguay.
First time in Uruguay. Of course, I was quite surprised from Uruguay. I thought it would be like not that developed country, but it was like, whoa, they are quite up to it. It was really good. The sound man was like a professional. He was really good.
They had really good bands. Well, they have 2 of the main bands from the 60s from this area are from Uruguay, the Shakers and the Mockers.
Yeah.
They have their one CD.
Yeah.
The Mockers. They're one of the 2 greatest bands from like this place. It's called Rio de la Plata, and they're from Uruguay. Also, they have very good like Afrobeat sound, like Cuban Afro. They have really good musicians in Uruguay. Mainly in the 60s and 70s, they started there and they came to Buenos Aires and they grew up here. And sometimes they get new from being from Buenos Aires, from Argentina, but originally they were from Montevideo.
Yeah.
But in the 60s, like Uruguay was kind of not too much developed country as was Argentina, and, but they have a really good musicians there.
Yeah.
The crowd is also very nice. They're very enthusiastic.
They danced. They danced. They were shaking their asses
and smiling. And that's when we enjoy. We know we're good when the audience is smiling, like you can see everybody's teeth, and they're just happy. And then when you see them shaking their asses, then okay, now we're like 100%.
Outside, you told me that it's like you feel it like in Finland that many bands skip your country, being like hard to play. How it's nowadays and how it was like for the last 20 years, the rock scene, underground scene in Finland and the
Finland we've always had like a lot of bands. I think it has something to do with our mentality and about the weather, because we have like the winter takes 6 months and it's fucking dark and it's fucking cold. The sun doesn't come up in the northern parts for 3 months. You don't see that. It's all the time black, and it's when it's like -20, -25 for months. You start to feel a bit like depressed, and you get really like fucked up. And I think that has something to do that people have to like find some amusement and find something to do, and they think that, hey, let's make a band and start play rock and roll music or heavy metal or something to do with my spare time, because there's nothing to do outside. You can't see anything.
Wow.
And there has
There's not dark, it's like grey and it's raining all the time, like 2 months, something like that, 2 months maybe.
yeah, well, our summer, I wouldn't call it. You have a summer.
What is your summer like?
Our summer is like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. Then we have.
Last year it was a Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our summer. If we are absolutely really lucky, we get 1 or 2 months of like okay weather. But for a few weeks, it's like not like this, like plus 30,
No,
plus 35, but maybe
20,
plus 20, 23, 25. That's for us. That's like hot summer. We call it Indian summer. And then again, when on a winter time, when there's black all the time, on the summertime, the sun doesn't go down at all. So it's daylight all the time, and that's super freaky. Also, you can kind of lose your sense of time altogether because there is no night time. It's all daylight all the time. For in the northern parts, it's again for months. It's like 2 or 3 months. It's the sun doesn't go down at all. So we call it the midnight sun. It's freaky. It's really freaky in Finland, and I think that has a lot to do with the thing that what kind of bands we have in Finland. They differ a lot from the other Scandinavian bands that we have, and heavy metal has been always like huge in Finland. We have a lot of heavy metal bands, but the rock scene has always been there, and we have well, nowadays of course punk rock is like quite successful everywhere, but there's always been like a lot of fans for like 50s style rock and roll, for sleazy rock and roll and this kind of stuff. But Finland has a lot of like really weird bands, like great musicians, but they are a bit weirdos, and I think it has something to do, or a lot to do, with like the general Finnish mentality, being a really small country between Russia and Sweden, and nobody actually even knows where Finland is or Helsinki or anything. So I feel for the people of Uruguay that we talked about it during our stay there on weekend, that we feel like we are the same kind, because we have that sort of same mentality, being a small country between larger countries. And we talked about also about this as bands are passing by their country, and they did that for a very, very long time. If we wanted to see a great band, you have to go to Copenhagen or to Stockholm, get to the continental Europe, or go straight to Germany to see the bands. Because I don't know why Germany has the shittiest bands like ever, but they have all the bands are touring there all the time, so they don't have to play music. They can just go and see like Iggy Pop like every other weekend or something like this. Yeah. So in Finland we have to make our own music because there wasn't any bands coming. We had great bands like 60s, 70s, like the Hurricanes. They are like amazing band, but not that like legendary bands after that, but really good bands.
I heard that.
You've talked a lot.
Yeah.
Tango is also kind of popular in.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you mean the tango that was invented in Finland?
There are so many stories about the tango where it's invented. If it's in Uruguay, if it's in France, if it's in Finland, if it's in Argentina, everybody's like fighting who's the first, who's the.
But I'm pretty sure it wasn't Finland.
Olavi Virta is too young, or was too young for inventing.
Yeah.
There's a couple of documentaries about the tango in Finland.
Yeah.
Sami Jaffa did it.
He came to Buenos Aires also to film. Yeah, I've seen that also. It's a good one.
How is like tango working there? Also in Japan they have
I think it's
fans of tango.
Yeah. Tango is it's an enthusiastic thing. You have to be like really into it, and it's for like maybe for some cultural artistic style or dancers, or they do tango. It's not like I think in Argentina tango is more like a part of your mentality and culture. In Finland tango is something that everybody knows, have heard the classic Finnish tango songs, but it doesn't like live in our everyday lives. Like in Argentina, you feel the tango, you have squares where there's tango dancers. In Finland, if you want to dance to tango, you have to go like drive 200, 300 kilometers to a place where there's a band playing.
Whoa.
Yeah, like they have a certain this lavatanssit, it's called in Finnish.
Oh.
And it's basically the most popular things are in during the summertime, like outdoor big places where people gather to dance and not that much digging the band, just to dance.
To dance.
Yeah, and they don't party, like, you know, they drink water and coffee and dance with each other. But yeah.
I think it's sort of like a mating season in Finland. These tango dancing Saturdays. It's like because Finnish men they are quite like not that great with words, and it's really hard for them to get a lady. So tango helps. It helps a lot because that's the situation where you can actually get close to a female counterpart.
Well, let's talk about the Mutants. Let's tell the people who are maybe listening and hearing from you for the first time. You can introduce like the band. When was it formed? Who is in the band that you are here? You three. There's three more. How many records you have? A little brief
general about briefing. You. We started as the Mutants in 1998. The history of the band goes like this. Our organ player Veijo, he had another band, and they were touring in Germany, and he was really shit-faced. He was like really drunk, and the people from the club said to him that they will throw him out, or you can walk by a block and try again if we keep you in. And I was like, okay, I'll try to walk a block. And at that point, they had some difficulties with their singer because then he had like this vision that I want to make a band that it's just instrumental, no fucking singers in this band, just instrumental, no fucking singers, and
no egos.
Yeah, that's the point. And the drummer was who was like escorting him because he was just throwing up in the streets and really drunk. And I was like, yeah, let's make an instrumental band. And then a couple of friends knew people, and they knew people, and that's how bands get formed in Finland. Somebody knows somebody, and hey, he's a good guy, and yeah, let's try him. And would you like to join this band? And I was asked to join this band, and I had a C cassette, which has some like I don't know 5 or 6 demo songs, and I listened to it. In the studio while I was with my other band, and I was listening to it for like maybe 7 or 10 seconds, and I was immediately, whoa, fuck, this is good, I'm going to join this band. And I didn't know the guys earlier. I've never met them. We met at the first rehearsals, and I trained a couple of songs, and we just like, well, we got some alcohol beverages and maybe some other substances, and I started rehearsing like hell, and we played a lot. We played like 6 to 8 hours every rehearsal, like at least once a week or twice a week. And it was mainly like when we started, the songs were more like surfy, like more surf style, but still different. And when things started to evolve, we got when we started, it was just a four-piece group, like basic 2 guitars and bass and drums and organ. And then we started to make some more like groovier songs, and we thought, hey, this needs additional groove to it, and we had a vision of getting a saxophone player because we really love the sonics, and we're like, yeah, let's get some sonics into this band, and we got saxophone, and then we got into funkier kind of music, funky stuff, and then we thought, hey, we need percussions into this band, and that started to really like mold the band into what it is now after like 7 albums that we made past during these 21 years that the band's been together. It's evolved into this kind of what we call soundtrack music. We used to call it Afrobeat mambo because it describes what we are trying to do. It's basically 60s garage music with rock and roll, punk rock attitude, but it has some funk and even Latin American grooves.
A lot of Latin things.
Because when we've been to Brazil and we've been to Argentina, we've got like get the vibes from the audience and what we feel and what we experience, and we try always to put that on our next album. What we have been like, basically what our lives have been about, like musically, past 2 or 3 years.
Like after every tour, there's like some, like Harri said, feeling vibe about the places we've been to. Then make the songs about. Try to get back with the memories, and so maybe after 1 year
these guys invented like a loop in a time machine.
Yeah, that's our like secret. Musically, we want to like really get into this hypnotic groove kind of thing that we just jam a simple riff like long enough that it's really starting to groove, and that the audience gets into that also. They feel the loop, the groovy loop, and then we just change it a little bit and go back, and sometimes do it for 7 minutes in a row if we like feel it.
How is like playing like there's a big difference, but how about like playing like places like South America, for example? It doesn't matter the country.
Yeah.
South America and basically in Europe.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the places, the audience?
Yeah, I think like technically the places are a bit better in Europe because they have like a higher grade PA system and things like that. But when you are on stage, that doesn't matter. What matters to you is how the sound is on stage and how you feel with your bandmates, how you are playing.
And the contact with the people.
Contact with the people. That's one reason why we want to always come back to South America, because we've been touring in Europe for, I don't know, was the first tour like in 2003 or 2004. It's been a long time. We've seen the countries, we've seen the clubs, and we've met a lot of people there, but we don't get the vibe as good as we get in South America. The people are actually, they are prettier. The girls are way more better looking than in Europe, and
Hallelujah.
and people are warmer. Then people are nice.
Yes, like here, and well, it's like you said. Maybe the places I've been with La Peyote touring in Europe, and some places they have much like better equipment or sound or the PA, but finally when you get into the stage and you see the show, like here it's like fuck.
Yeah, it's not
fire.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's not about the money. It's not about the technical equipment. It's about the feeling. That's the rock and roll thing. That if the night is like amazing, or if it was okay, the band was okay. That's like okay, shit. We have to upgrade our stuff and get our shit together. We have to be amazing.
Sometimes also it happens that you think about, I don't know, I see London or Paris or Berlin, huge cities, Barcelona, and maybe you go to a small town, Spain or in Italy, and it's a Tuesday night, rainy or even snowing, and you see who the fuck is coming to see this show, and it's
and then
packed,
suddenly,
and it's wow. And then you go to that big show in Berlin, and people are like, well, it's another show, another.
Yeah. So, and they are not that into it.
And I think the maximum 200 people club is like the best place to see a band. Maybe even a smaller club. But that's.
Yeah, you can actually hear the amplifiers from the stage. You can feel the sound and the connection between the band and the audience. It's of course a lot better than doing a theater or stadium
I feel much
show.
more confidence when you're in touch with the band, and when you don't have like 100 meter and then you have to get it, the stage is up there. It's like wow.
Yeah,
it's more nice that you can even smell the sweat.
Because it's not a theater. It's not a show that you go or a play that you go to see. It's a rock and roll concert, and it has to be about the audience and the players feeling themselves and how's the feedback from the audience, if they like this or this more, and maybe we should rock it a little bit more, play more funky stuff, and try to make people dance more. We try to feel it on every show, and maybe change the set a little bit, or maybe on think, okay, did you notice this? People around here like more this kind of stuff, and then on the next show we can, okay, let's try to do that more.
Let's talk about your last record, Butantiki, that it's like almost 2 years, 2018. How was it record? What do you feel about this, your last, in compared to your previous records?
I want to hear this.
Because Mikko is the one who recorded the whole album. I think we always evolve. We've been evolving since the beginning. I really love our first album. It has a really like a good mood on the songs, but in a technical point of view and sound-wise, the latest album is way ahead of the first albums. And I think on this album we really it sounds really good, and I really enjoy that. And the songs, they are not that. Maybe not that like raw rock and roll. They're more like sort of moody style, but it's our thing. We do soundtrack music, and it tells a story without words.
Yeah, this is a great. I truly think that you just give the correct words. It's improved. That it's like a film. It's like when you hear it, it's like a complete movie that it goes like all together.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to arrange the songs in a way that it sort of tells a story about something. Of course, the listener has to make the story, because then song names maybe give some hints or clues what we are thinking. We sometimes think that this song feels like this, and it has some effect on the name of the song. Otherwise, sometimes we just we get drunk and think of, hey, what should we call this song, and we try to think of something really funny or stupid or something like this. We made an album that's completely like in Spanish, a band from Finland who nobody speaks Spanish, but we just thought it was a good idea, and we just logged online and tried to make like a good song names in Spanish.
Well, here also we're talking about tango, and the third song is My Thai Tango.
Yeah.
Who
exactly.
wrote it?
The bass player. Riappola.
One of my favorites is Falafel Troopers.
Yeah, that's a bit strange song for us again.
I like it a lot. It's amazing.
There's like a Turkish feel.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
It tells about our love for döner kebab.
Oh, okay.
We really like döner kebabs, and when we are touring in Germany or Switzerland, we always go to döner kebabs at least twice a day.
Whoa, twice a day.
Yeah. And our guitar player Saku was at Pizza Döner place at night time after bars have closed down, and they were playing this kind of Asian Turkish song, and then he lived in the same apartment. He went upstairs to his apartment and made this song.
You want to play something from
Let's hear Mai Tai Tango.
Mai Tai Tango?
Yeah.
Willis, ¿lo tenés listo? Estamos acá charlando. I will tell the people what we spoke acerca con The Mutant. Disculpe que no puedo ir traduciendo, estoy acá con ellos, no puedo ir traduciendo literalmente todo lo que vamos diciendo. Introdujeron a la banda cuando se fundaron en el 98, tienen 6-7 discos, estamos hablando de este último disco, Mutant Tiki. Estuvieron tocando en Uruguay el sábado, mañana, tomorrow you're playing
at Club B.
Club B, en el marco de las fiestas en vinilo. El fin de semana también hay una fecha en Stramar Bar y el domingo en Detroit. Pero bueno, hablando un poco de esto, hablando también del clima en Finlandia, del invierno, de lo crudo que es, del frío, de la noche, del verano. Bueno, hablando un poco del tango, que en Finlandia hay un movimiento también y les gusta mucho. Hablando que también que el tango para ellos decían que era la forma para que los hombres se acercaran a las mujeres y demás cosas que estuvimos contando. Me parece que vamos ahora con el tercer tema del disco, Mai Tai Tango. Estamos acá con The Mutants.
Pigeon treat. Hold on till I absorb some heat. Some added tang might please you too. I'll slide into an oven-fresh bun, and I'm ready for your eating fun.
Why don't you try a juicy good hot dog? Mmm, delicious.
Bueno, ahí escuchamos Muay Thai Tango, el tema, el corte 3 del último disco de los Mutants. Voy a dar las fechas por delante. El martes que viene, o sea mañana, perdón, martes que viene, sí, obviamente martes que viene es mañana, en la Avenida Corrientes al 5008, en Club B, están tocando. Ahora voy a buscar la fecha con quién están tocando, pero mañana los quieren ver gratis en Martes en Vinilo. El miércoles están tocando en Campana, en el Centro Cultural Pachamama, miércoles 11 de marzo, junto a los Tesla Coil y Tomate. Repito, los Mutants el miércoles en Campana. El día viernes están tocando en Detroit Club, en Morón, Avenida Rivadavia 17500, junto a Trash Colapso, Las Cobras Eléctricas y los Vincent Price. Un saludo, un abrazo grande a Marito Vincent. Está musicalizando Matt Billy, 100% en vinilos. La entrada está $200. Repito, el viernes en Detroit Club de Morón, de Mutants, junto a los Vincent Price y Trash Colapso. El día sábado, una gran fecha con dos grandes bandas como son de Mutants y de Tormentos. El día sábado están tocando en Strammer Bar de Palermo, en la calle de Godoy Cruz, a partir de las 0 horas, de Mutants con de Tormentos en Palermo. Y para aquellos que quieran ir al sur, el domingo 15 de marzo, a partir de las 19 horas, en el mítico Tío Bizarro de Mutants, junto a The Reapers, Loop y Angry Z. Así que tienen martes, miércoles, viernes, sábado y domingo. You have only one day, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, this is the only day off, and then we have now 6 shows in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yes, we love it. We love it because when you're just doing like a weekend warrior stuff that have one show every Friday or every Saturday, you don't get into like this really good intensive band mood that when the band is really on fire. But that's why we love doing tours, because after 2-3 shows every night, then we really it like lifts up like a rocket, the band. The way we hear each other and the way we play together, it's amazing, and that's really fun part about playing live shows.
And about the tour, just have to give a big thanks, because I forget to say this if I don't say it now to Patricia and Pirulo and Caro of course in Montevideo, and of course Patricia's husband Mariano from Well Done Tattoos, and they make this tour like happen, and a huge big heart for those guys.
Un saludo, estamos hablando de quiénes son los responsables. Pat, que fue la baterista de la Holy Chaos, a Mariano, a Pirulo, que bueno, son los que estuvieron a cargo desde Montevideo, estuvieron a cargo también de esto, de hacerlo posible, con lo difícil que saben que está hoy hacer fechas con esto del dólar turista, el dólar solidario, y tener una banda de afuera hoy y poder hacer una gira con lo complicado que está, así que está buenísimo que haya gente que siga apostando a ello. I was playing that nowadays very hard for us to contact bands from abroad. You have the dollar that you have to pay the tickets, and when you pay from here you have 30% more. It's kind of a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Yes.
It's really hard to even to explain.
Really?
I think that they try to explain that to you.
Yeah. We didn't understand it, but we just came anyway. We don't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for us. It is because we are not in that kind of position in a band that it's not a business for us. It's still about just simply playing the music and loving playing the music, loving meeting new people, loving meeting new audiences, going to different corners around the world, and that's a fucking great thing to be able to do, to travel around the world to really strange places or faraway places that you never even dreamt that you would be able to go. For us, it doesn't matter if we do a tour in Finland and it gives us some money. We never take the money like to ourselves. We put it on band account, and that enables us to make a tour in Argentina, because we love to do that. And of course, hey, the money thing it's not that important. You have to have some money, because things need to get organized. People work for things, and of course you have to pay people for their
also important
time.
You brought some LPs, CDs, T-shirts that are in here, but you have some stuff to sell at the shows. That's important for the people. Estoy contando que bueno, trajeron vinilos, CDs, acá tengo me trajeron de regalos, hay unas remeras también que se hicieron, así que lleven algo de plata, porque es importante que también, digamos, aprovechen que los van a vender a precios ultra acomodados. No lo puedo decir ahora en vivo porque no están cerrados, pero créanme que se van a llevar discos muy buenos a precios en pesos y muy difícil de conseguir, así que llévense unos morlacos para eso. I was telling that they should take some money to buy stuff.
Yes, bring your money.
We don't do it for money. Bring your money.
Bring your money.
And get some vinyl.
What was
vinyl?
The craziest place that you played on earth, like in a country, city? Maybe it's around your corner.
Yeah.
But what's
There is one place that was really far out. It's in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And well, first of all, when our friend, friends from Germany just suggested that hey, you should go to play this place, and they were there, and it's amazing, and we were, okay, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And then when we decided to tour Germany once again, and then we contacted this place, and they were, of course, yeah, we love to get you here, and that was it. And on the middle of the tour, when we started, like, we just basically started with our tour bus, or van, not a bus, a van. We tried to get there, and we noticed that it's not on any of the maps that we have. It's not on like the public maps that they sell on the gas stations or anywhere. And the navigation system, it's just pure blank. The whole area is where the town should be, it's just blank. And we're like, okay. And then we just drive, and the asphalt ends, and it came to kind of this dirt road, narrow dirt road, and then we noticed that we are getting into like really rural country, and we ended up in a really small village, and we noticed this somewhat funny looking guy in front of a pig farm waving at us, like really intensively waving at us, and we're like, oh fuck, this is our place. We are playing in a pig farm. And the guy, he ran a rock and roll club right next to a pig farm, and all the farmers, they came there to see bands every Friday or Saturday when they drank like madman. They really had a blast, and that's one of the best shows we've ever done. We played like 2.5 hours. Normal our set is 1 hour plus something. Yeah. But we played a couple of songs 2 or 3 times because just we didn't go like, hey, let's play something. Okay, yes, let's do it again. They're so fucking out of their mind they wouldn't even realize that we're playing the same songs again. And there was
like a small living room.
Yeah, a small living room in the end of a pig farm that was like separated to a rock and roll bar. And there was this one guy who wanted to buy our CDs and LPs and T-shirts, and he paid us overprice. He says, no, take my money. And then he gave us some weed and introduced himself as Carlos Muchos Cervezas. I'm like, hey, okay, you're a pig farmer in Germany called Carlos Muchos Cervezas. He paid overprice for everything, and we actually, after a couple of years after when we made a new album, we made a song for him. It's called Carlos Muchos Cervezas.
What was the name of the small town? Do you remember?
Emmerkingen.
Yeah, it's Emmerkingen.
Emmerkingen.
Yeah, and we asked about that thing, why it's not on the map. We were just like, of course we thought that we are lost, that we are in a different state or something, completely wrong way. And the guys, they actually made a Hitler joke about this thing. We asked why it's not on the map, and the guys just simply answered, because Hitler never came here.
Okay, good answer.
I'm like, okay.
Are you working on new material for a new album, or still like doing?
We are still kind of on Mutantiki tour. We had like our 20 years anniversary tour after Mutantiki was released, and we are still on that. And maybe let's see next year. Hopefully, we start to record a new album again.
Good. When you go back home, you have any tour scheduled, or you're going to?
No, couple of gigs. Yeah, we have just a couple of gigs in Finland, and that's it. Nothing scheduled behind that, but that's usually how it's in Finland. We just everybody knows everybody, and they just ask, hey, you want to play this show, or you want to get this gig, or come play here, or come go play there, and so that's how it works.
And you were talking about Finland, and everybody knows that the shape of Finland is like Argentina, like
yeah, tall and
up there,
yeah.
Between Russia and Sweden.
Yeah.
How is it like to? I know that the big city, but how is playing like in your country? It's like here that it's like very hard for us when of course you play in Buenos Aires, but if you want to go south or you want to go north, like here the distance is like huge.
Yeah.
It's not easy nowadays. It's maybe a couple of places that are opening for small bands to play. How is it in Finland? It's hard to get to the.
I think maximum 6 hours drives.
Yeah,
from our.
The long distances are like 600 kilometers or something like this.
A lot.
But usually when we the most shows are at university cities. That's where the young people are and who goes to see live music mainly, and that's also where a lot of clubs are at university cities. And then on the rural sides, there's also clubs, but it's maybe not that much for rock and roll bands. It depends a lot, and
but which is good. The distances we can play with our own gear. We have our own van. Same drums, same amps, same everything all night.
Yeah, but that's the thing about playing in a band. It's a road movie.
Yeah.
You are on the road all the time, just drinking beer and talking bullshit, making fun of each other, and getting on each other's faces all the time.
How is Finland nowadays? Like the economy, the people, the social thing. How you see it?
Yeah, the economy thing. Finland is I think Finland is doing quite well actually. It's a European country and we are a highly digitalized country and we have a very, very good healthcare system and educational system. It's good, but I think it's for live bands the thing is more like the younger generations, they don't come to see live bands that much anymore. They are more about DJing and going to clubs for like dancing and party, not to rock and roll. Rock and roll is dinosaur music in a way. It's for
that's a little bit concerning.
Yeah, it's for older generation, and we hope that younger generation will get back into rock and roll again. But now it's the rock scene is not like the main thing.
Yeah, it's happening. I think elsewhere, everywhere is happening that. And the thing is that the strange thing is that nowadays, I'm not that old. I'm 42 years old, but in the 80s and 90s, it was not that easy to listen to mainly small bands, underground garage bands, because there was not like Spotify or YouTube and all this thing that we have now. So now it's much more easier for kids or for everybody. It's like,
to find new music.
You see the video, YouTube, Spotify, whatever.
But the thing is that there is so much of everything.
It's so much information that I think that the kids are lost.
Yeah, because there's like shows in Finnish rock and roll festival, the people shaking their asses, you know.
Yeah, this is. There's like they have been booking artists that doesn't play music. They do some performance in rock and roll festivals, which has nothing to do with rock and roll.
Yes, I understand.
So this is concerning.
But it's the scene is changing again, and this whole digitalized internet thing is a game changer. It makes a hell of a lot easier for us to get our music on the other side of the world. They can like instantly access to it. But the difference is that, or the difficulty is, I have a device in my pocket that has all the music in the world, almost all the music in the world. There's no way anybody could like listen to it, all of it, and decide, okay, this is a good band, this is a good band. That's why we still need like good DJs and good friends who listen to, are really sensitive to really good music and find new bands and can say, hey, have you heard this, or have you seen this band, hey, you should really dig into this band, and we need those people, those special people who are really, really into music and collecting music and still like collecting streams or something like this nowadays.
And luckily there's a good underground scene, which keep this thing alive.
Yeah, luckily here, for example, in South America, there's a really good underground scene from the late 90s, early 2000. It has its up and downs, of course, because I think that here in South America the economy also is like always like going not so much up, but it's going up and it's going really down. The people is like they really want maybe to buy your stuff. They don't have the money to pay the taxi, to pay the food, to pay the drink, to pay the ticket, to pay the LP. It's like it's all too much, you know. But people here, I mean here in South America, we are very into going to the shows. We are very interested in the underground scene. There's a lot of bands playing here in South America. Brazil maybe it's like number one because it's really huge and they have lots of cities. You've been there. But Argentina, it's quite like really good nowadays. We're fucked up. But it's okay.
But it's always okay to be fucked up.
But well, Chile now, that was like the best country to live in South America because it was like very like the American way. Now it's fucked up, really fucked up. They're burning. So, but also Peru, Uruguay that you've been there, Colombia. It's a huge scene, and also, luckily, we in the last 20 years maybe, also thanks for a lot of record labels from Europe that have a lot of new like Monster Records that they put out LPs from bands from here.
Yeah.
Like Los Psychos, like Los Mockers, Los Shakers, bands from here, Los Gatos Salvajes, a lot of bands that are from South America, and we sometimes we didn't even knew that they were here, and luckily were some record labels from abroad, even from the States or from Europe, they just get out some LPs that are amazing. And brought like all the music from the 60s, mid 60s, the garage, and it's fucking amazing to hear all that was like wiped out for a lot of years for the military governments that were running here, and they say, okay, no rock and roll, no garage, nothing at all. But I think that yes, that as you told, it's good to have DJs or go to parties or to shows
or record labels that are really into it, like know their shit and know their stuff and put out just good bands, because music business is one of the shittiest businesses in the world, because like the big record companies, they don't give a fuck, they don't give a damn, they just market things and do market research, and okay, this sells, this won't sell, this sells, and they put out what they think that makes the most money for them. But smaller record companies who have a big heart, they know what they're doing, and hopefully they will like get better like voice again or something like this, and people would like start to like I'm trying to say that we'll try to follow more like record labels and check that what they are putting out, and not just looking at what's coming out or in the charts or what is my Spotify or Tidal, whatever is suggested me you should listen to this song, because they are marketed stuff in those apps.
Yeah, I mean, to that I always tell the people I follow a couple of record labels, and it's really good that, because when you get a record label that is maybe into garage or to punk or to rockabilly or to what you want to hear, and you get that, you get like a map, and you see like the scene, and it's very useful. And I think that maybe the kids nowadays, they don't understand that. It's like in Spotify, you don't follow a record label, you're following an artist. Maybe you have to be like much more clever, or you have to be wise. You have to be okay. These are in the same record label as this, this. Oh, I will follow that record label. But it's like you have to 1 + 1 + 1.
Yes. And of course,
before it's like, I have this record label, have this. We were looking for the physical thing.
Yeah.
The digital is like more, I don't know,
unmaterial thing. Yes. Of course, the music is still there, but it's not the physical, actual pressing of the music.
Yeah.
Of course, the sound is as good as on vinyl. Nowadays, if you listen to Tidal, you can have master quality audio stuff, and the quality it's the same. Music is still music, but physical music, it also helps. If you buy records, it helps those companies who are bringing you the bands you should be listening to. If people really stop buying records, there is no record labels anymore. It's just the major labels who do the music business, and they don't give a fuck what sells or not. They are interested in making money, not making good music.
Bueno, I will translate some brief. Estábamos hablando recién de lo que muchas veces yo les digo, que uno sigue a los record labels. Yo siempre hablo del caso de Norton Records, Sundays, muchos de los que siempre nombro. en que los sellos discográficos son como las casas de las bandas, de los músicos, y lo importante que es. Y bueno, yo hoy hablando de esto, que la música a través de los formatos digitales por ahí pierde un poco todo esto, hablando de que los chicos o la juventud que no está tan acostumbrada a tener el disco físico. Bueno, el disco físico lo que hace es mantiene a estos sellos más chicos, hablo como en el caso mío, específicamente de ATMC Records, y no a los sellos más grandes que, bueno, obviamente buscan la ganancia y demás. Estamos hablando de una fecha muy importante para ellos, muy divertida, que fue en Alemania, en un pueblito perdido, que bueno, contaron que bueno, llegaron ahí, era una granja, y bueno, estaba Carlos, que le hicieron un tema, Carlos, mucha cerveza y demás. Bueno, que estuve tocando como 2 horas y pico, repetía los temas, nadie entendía un carajo, y bueno, son las cosas divertidas que pasan. Mañana en Club B tienen la oportunidad para ir a ver a The Mutants. El miércoles tienen fecha libre, después tienen jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo, tienen para verlos, tienen para verlos en Capital, el sábado en Stramar Bar, el viernes en Detroit, el domingo en Bursaco, así que no se pierdan The Mutants acá en Argentina, luego de su fecha en Uruguay. Choose two? Three or
let's listen to a track called Voodoo Spirit Queen. It's the track number 6.
6, and?
Yeah.
Should we play La Rioja or your favorite? What? Or what? Or no?
I love the Afro Robot.
Okay. Let's listen to Voodoo Spirit Queen and Afro Robots.
Ok, vamos ahí con el tema 6 primero, el tema 6, Voodoo Spirit Queen, y después el tema que abre el disco, Afro Robots. Recuerden, mañana en Club B en Capital Federal, Avenida Corrientes al 5000, se están presentando The Mutants, y ahora acá en exclusiva, en Ante Todo Mucha Calma, Voodoo Spirit Queen.
Intoxica.
Claros son privilegio de los cigarros finos y es privilegio de Fiesta valer más de lo que cuesta. Fiesta, tabacos claros. Fiesta, con filtro. Fiesta, suavecito. Fume Fiesta.
candy. And ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pop's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure is the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stand.
Refrescante.
Superior.
Riquísima.
Única.
Con el almuerzo y la cena, cruz, qué buena, y en la mesita del bar, cruz lo mejor para tomar, cruz, cruz, cruz.
Bueno, pasó recién el bloque dos temas de Mutantiki, el último disco de los Mutants, que ahora pueden encontrar en versión vinilo, en versión CD. Pasamos dos temas, Voodoo Spirit Queen, el tema 6, el tema que habla del lado B, y Afro Robots. Estamos acá con The Mutants, que están tocando mañana en Club B. Ahí en martes en vinilo. El miércoles están tocando en el Centro Cultural Pachamama, en la ciudad de Campana, junto a los Tesla Coin y Tomate. El jueves tienen libre. El día viernes van a Detroit, al Gran Detroit Club en Avenida Rivadavia, en la ciudad de Morón. Están tocando con los Trash Colapso, las Cobras Eléctricas y los Vincent Price. Un saludo grande a Marito de los Vincent Price, que seguro que está escuchando. Ingreso $200. Está Matt Billy en 100% vinilo. Recuerden llevar plata para comprar algo de material. El día sábado están tocando junto a Tormentos en Stramer Bar, ahí en la calle Godoy Cruz, a partir de las 0 horas. De Mutants junto a Tormentos, y la fecha que cierra es en el Tío Bizarro junto a The Reapers, Loop y Angry Z, ahí en el Tío Bizarro en Bursaco, este domingo 15 horas. Ahora después vamos a estar pasando algo de su disco anterior, un tema que bueno, eligieron acá, del disco La Fiesta Infernal. I was explaining what we were playing on your gigs. Well, what made you like? You spoke about that your La Fiesta Infernal, the record that you will be playing now.
Yeah.
What made you like do a record completely in Spanish? It's instrumental, but what made you like do it like completely in Spanish for a Finnish band?
I think it had like two reasons. One, because we can do it. It's like it's fun to do. It sounds, for us, it sounds fucking cool that the song are named in Spanish. But I think the deeper meaning is it's we decided that after that we had played our first shows in South America, because we sort of fell in love with South America, and the Spanish language has in a way always been close to us because of our record album. Our artist Jorge Alderete was an Argentinian guy living in Mexico, and in that way Spanish has always been like close, but of course we are Finnish guys who don't speak Spanish at all. It was a fun thing to do, but also it was something we give back to our audience in Latin America. We've been touring in Spain a few times to like I don't know, not to celebrate, but give back to people. It's, hey, we want to make you know that we really appreciate that we had the chance to play in Argentina and had a really good time every time we've been here.
How do people, what do they know, what do they don't know about South America and Finland? They know about the South American culture, or there's something that is too far away and it's like...
It's South America, it's on the headlines a lot, of course because the rainforests and all the native people are nowadays quite acknowledged. Also in Finland we have Sami people who were like the government depressed them down for like a century or something, and now they are gaining back their like rights to be who they are, and they have their own culture. That's a big thing, and it's been like noticed in Europe and in Finland also, the native people from Latin America, and then we of course know some history, but not that much from Latin America. And then there's this side that we are really not that proud of is our paper mill industry that are in Uruguay, I think, are they in Argentina or Brazil also, who are messing things up like really big shit. They tried to do it in Finland, but our legislation and government say that that's illegal. There's no way in hell you're going to do that, and then they came here and do it. It's like, what the fuck?
Fight from Argentina.
Yeah, that's like, what the fuck? It has been on the headlines for a long time in Finland, and people are, of course, they are against it. Why we are exploiting countries that we don't have that kind of connection to. It's wrong, and we don't understand why we're doing it. It's this global business thing. It's fucking the whole world.
Estamos hablando de lo que pasó de la empresa finlandesa Botnia, que bueno, tuvimos ese gran problema con Uruguay, que lo llevó la papelera, la pastera. ¿Se acuerdan cuando estaban los puentes clausurados? Justamente por esto que estaba contando, algo que estaba prohibido hacer allá en Finlandia, lo exportan para Sudamérica, y bueno, ellos dicen que están en contra de un poco de todo esto, y bueno, es que estaban en las noticias y demás. Pero bueno, no están para nada de acuerdo en que ellos tengan que exportar justamente algo que está prohibido en sus países. What did you know about, or do you know something about the bands that are playing with you in the shows, the Supersónicos in Uruguay, Tormentos? Do you know them?
Yeah, Tormentos, we've met them before. We knew them earlier because of their known band. I've heard their music before, and we met them. I think was it on the first time we were in Argentina? I think we played at BA Stomp together and met them there. The other bands we are not that familiar with, but it's always great. That's one really big plus size on playing on a band, that when you go on stage and you have other bands supporting or just playing on the same evening, you get to meet other bandmates and other bands and see their music and get to know new music. And when it's live music, usually it's good.
When you're playing home in Finland, do you play like there are other bands like you, like into garage, underground, surf thing?
Yeah, it's a mixed thing, because we don't have that like straight garage scene also. Well, the surf music scene, it's really strictly into old school, like surfing. Well, it's not surf, we call it rautalanka. It's, I don't know how to translate it.
But we usually also play along with bands that it's not in the same scene.
Yeah,
which is good.
Like a larger punky kind of thing.
And the fact I loved last time at the Club V was that we played with those Holy Cows, which is like a country band.
Yeah.
Really cool band. And then there was a band from Brazil, I think Sao Paulo. It played like Ramones style punk.
Yeah.
And then well, but whatever. It's like a big mix, country, instrumental, punk, which is like good for the audience also. It's not all the same, during the same night. It's like different bands.
That also is good, like, to play with different bands, with different sounds. That makes the gig.
So it's not all the time like the same
instrumentals thing.
And it's also sometimes we get good shows and we get to like decide that we are allowed to call our friends and hey, would you like to do a show with us on this evening, and get together with our bands that are friends with us. And sometimes it's the music industry. Our booker says, I booked you this shows, there will be this and this and this band with you. Okay, that's like, we have nothing to say about it, and that's the way it goes. If we want to play, we have to sometimes go by their rules.
That's shit.
Yeah, that's shit. It's shit. But That's the way it goes.
This is the way it goes.
Yeah, we have to also sometimes we need those shows. We have to play so people still like know that the mutants are still alive and they are doing live shows.
And actually, there have been people that said that I never heard of this band, but they came to see another band.
Yeah.
But then they saw us and they were like, "Oh fuck!
Yeah, what the fuck is this?"
That's the best thing.
Yeah. That's maybe the best feedback you can get after the show.
Yeah, you totally surprise the audience. Some members of the audience who would never like expect to come to see a band like us. They are just maybe for the headliner or something like that, and they are caught with their pants down when we come on stage, and they're like, "Whoa, this is a good band."
That happens a lot. I speak here in the radio show with a lot of bands, maybe local bands that play maybe with a huge or mid band, and say maybe Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
And they put like some small bands, and the people just go to see Black Sabbath. But well, the ones that go early, they have the chance to maybe to see 1, 2, 3 bands, and they say, "What the fuck are these guys doing?" The Mutants or other bands.
Yeah.
Say, "Whoa." And that's cool, man. To maybe going to see Black Sabbath or something like that, and you're playing there. It's nothing maybe completely with Black Sabbath, but you get a chance to get
a wider audience,
a good band.
Yeah.
Have you ever had what's the biggest band that you have, if you have the chance to play with? You have, like,
I think it's usually on the festivals that you play with bigger. I think the biggest show that we've ever done was Roskilde Festival in Denmark. They estimated that there was something like 30,000 people in the area and something like 7,000 to 10,000 in the audience, right in the front of it. That was scary for us. We were like almost shitting in our pants when we saw the audience. It was shaking, and when the intro started, we were like, "Woo!" And the show was great. It was fun.
I think one cool gig was at Spain El Dorado with Los Coronas, which is a big band in Spain.
In Spain, yes.
And really cool guys and really nice. And a nice club, nice guys from the band, and that was a blast.
Yeah.
What is like the biggest from Finland band, like any genre, like I know that
we played with?
No, nowadays which band is now that like
the biggest?
Heavy metal, you have a good.
I think it's like somewhere in the metal business.
Yes. Nightwish is huge. Yeah, it's the metal
Children of
bands.
Bodom.
Yeah.
What else?
That's so out of my league. That kind of music, I don't listen at all to heavy metal. We have some members in our band that are into it. Hanoi Rocks, it's an old band. It's a classic.
Yeah.
And Michael Monroe is still doing really
still
good
playing.
music.
He's still doing music.
He has
man.
really
he's
good
doing
bands.
Good shows.
Sam Jaffa is, I think he's still in the band, or now again in the band.
He's again in the band.
Yeah. Yeah, in Finland, where I live in Helsinki, I think the main garage or rock and roll bands that have been around for a long time is the Flaming Sideburns.
Oh yeah.
They are friends of us, and the singer Eduardo Martinez is an Argentinian guy.
Well, now the Helicopters are playing.
Yeah, they are playing here
Friday. Yeah. And I think we are playing
after that.
It's like an after party, so everybody welcome after the Helicopters gig to the after party to the Mutants gig.
Yes.
Detroit.
Yeah, in Detroit, I was saying, whoa, this is the same night that he's playing the Helicopters. Say, whoa, some people have a big thing, like going here or going there or going both.
If someone is thinking to go just one, they have to go both.
Well, you choose the one song from your previous LP.
Yeah.
That's when you get paid.
Yeah, it's
And I'm not.
well, the other band, it's called Monkey Man. It's a song from our lovely bass player again.
Es una canción, es la segunda canción de su disco anterior, un disco que tiene la particularidad en la fiesta infernal que está todos los temas en castellano. Esto es lo que yo le preguntaba en el inicio recién de la entrevista, ¿por qué se les ocurrió hacer un disco todo en español? Why did you choose to do an LP all in Spanish?
With the Spanish titles.
Y lo dijeron simplemente porque se les antojaba y porque querían y porque lo podían hacer. El doctor Alderete es quien les hace el arte. Bueno, ya saben quién es y bueno, tiene mucho que ver. Vamos con el segundo tema de este disco. Estamos acá con los Mutants en la Mucha Calma.
Yes.
Estaba pasando recién el anterior disco, La Fiesta Infernal de los Mutants. Recuerdo de mañana en Club B, los Mutants están tocando en martes en vinilo. En la noche del miércoles en Centro Cultural Pachamama, en Campana. A partir de las 16 horas arrancan hasta las 22. Luego el día jueves están tocando en Pura Vida en La Plata, en Pura Vida, allá en La Plata. El día viernes están tocando junto a los Vincent Price, Trash Colapso, Las Cobras Eléctricas. Recién mandó un audio Marito, un saludo grande a Marito. Están tocando el viernes junto a los Mutants en Detroit Club a partir de las 21 horas, la avenida Rivadavia 17558 en Morón. Ingreso, entrada 200 pesos. Musicaliza Matt Billy, 100% vinilo. Recuerden llevar también platica para poder llevarse CDs o vinilos. El sábado están tocando junto a De Tormentos en Stramer Bar, ahí en la calle Godoy Cruz, en Palermo. Repito, el sábado en Palermo con De Tormentos, los Mutants. Y el domingo, la fecha que cierra la gira en el Tío Bizarro de Bursaco, el domingo junto a Loop y Angry Z. Así que tienen para verlos por todos lados. Estuvieron en Montevideo, van a Campana, van a La Plata, van a Bursaco, van a Detroit, van a Capital Federal. Mañana tocan en Club B. No digan que no les avisamos. Tienen muchas fechas para ver. Banda que bueno viene, repito, con mucho merch para que puedan adquirir. Lleven unos morlacos que se los recomiendo porque van a estar a precios ultra peronchos para que los puedan disfrutar y comprar, que es algo que bueno después, generalmente después de las fechas es complicado. Seguimos acá siendo las 23:10 de este lunes, entre lluvioso, húmedo y demás. Estamos acá con los Mutants tomando mucha cerveza. There's a lot of beer here, man.
Of course.
Do you like Fernet?
Yeah, we like Fernet with cola. In Finland,
do you have something similar?
In Finland we drink Fernet, but usually we take it as a shots and we add some mint liquor in it.
Yeah, but then that's
mint Fernet, and with just one ice. It's strictly one ice cube with it, and maybe like I don't know, not half and half, but some Fernet and some mint liquor.
From Italy, Fernet, and here we I think that we spoiled it, but not. But we changed it with Coke and or different.
Yeah, I like it with Coke. It's good. It's good. It's a long drink and it's good. It's good. It gives you good feeling in the tummy, and it gives you a hell of a good feeling in the head.
the most popular drink
in Finland.
Longer.
If you think hard liquor, we drink a lot of hard liquor, like a vodka kind of.
Vodka.
Yeah, vodka. Vodka is quite popular, and on like we have Lonkero. That's it's
a long drink.
It's a long drink, but it's
gin and grapefruit.
Yeah, gin and grapefruit, but it's not gin and tonic. It's not nothing like that. It's sweeter and more berrier or something like this.
You have like the Russian occupation during the Second World War in Finland was kind of
rough time. Yeah,
I think that you might have a Russian. I don't know how to say
something like negative thoughts about Russians.
No,
not anymore. The older generation, of course, because the Germans, they sold us to Russians with the Ribbentrop agreement, and then the Russians tried to fuck up us in the ass, like straight up. And of course we went to war with them, and we didn't win the war because we were a small country, and all the other countries in the Europe, they were like in between. Of course they can't like help us a lot. We did get a lot of help from Great Britain, and I think the United States also during the Second World War gave us like military help, and especially like social and money-wise help. But it's world wars are always like really difficult situations. There's like strings going everywhere, and well, we went to war and we lost, but we kept our independence. The Lithuanian countries, they didn't, like Estonia, they didn't, and Russians kept fucking their asses for decades. And now they have their independence and they are out of like the political influence of Russia. But of course, when you are neighboring a really strong like military country that is like acting like a mad country, it's really mad country. So of course we have to always be like the small neighboring country. We know if they want, they can occupy us in like 30 seconds or something like that. So of course we have to try to please them, but still we are shoving them the finger.
You are part of those countries that are dedicated to the European Union, and nowadays England is like leaving with Brexit and this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about not getting into the UA? And how do you feel that, for example, nowadays England, one of the
part of the European
Union,
well,
one of
that's the British. They are acting as what they do. The British, they still think they are like a imperial state that rules large amount of the world. They don't do that. They think they are so much better than the rest of the Europeans. That's basically it. They think they've been lied to, of course, a lot what the EU does and how it benefits Britain and what it does to them. And of course, I feel somewhat sad that they want to be part of like part of the bigger world. They want to be like more isolated and have their like strong sense of like this kingdomship or something. I feel it's a sad thing, and it's nowadays it's a really sad thing that this kind of hard right-wing conservative parties are gaining more and more power in the world, and there was not a congressman but like politician in Finland like a few weeks ago who called himself a fascist, he called himself a fascist, and we're like, what the fuck? So hey, that's from the 30s, and these things are like turning up. They are getting like popular again, and that's really scary. And that's what I think it's happening in the UK also. They have this false kind of sense of superiority or something, and they want to keep things to themselves, but they don't realize that we only have this one planet. It's like, that's it. There's no substitutes. If we like fuck this thing up with all the big companies and all the governments doing whatever they want and being corrupt and everything, we'll lose this planet. There is no plan B for it. That's it.
How do you manage in Scandinavian countries like Denmark or Sweden or Finland, the monarchy thing, all about the kings and the queens?
Yeah, they are more like icons. They don't have actual power anymore. It's like they lost it like decades ago. Yeah, but they still want to keep, because I think it's like a historical thing. Yeah. They want to keep it as a monarchy because it's part of their history and they're part of their identity. Finland, we didn't have a king. There was a king chosen in Finland. I think, was it like after the Second World War or something, but it never happened. It's like some people decided, hey, he's the new king of Finland, but like 90% of the other people, hey, who is this dude?
Yeah, nowadays, like many like countries, or especially in the UK, I remember talking here with Captain Sensible for the Damned.
Yeah.
And he was like, you are fucked up, but you don't have monarchy here. It's like, you are not, I say, we are fucked up in another way, but like, he was like really in Europe, Spain, Portugal, mainly. It's like all these monarchy things that are from centuries ago. It's like nowadays people don't want to pay for a fucking dude to go with his lady into like
big ballroom nights and spend millions and millions.
Yeah, man, I'm paying with my taxes on this shit.
Yeah.
So I think that Europe is like changing a lot into that, and that is it's a good thing.
Yeah.
That
if Finland would have a king, that would be a reason that I wouldn't pay taxes. Now I have other reasons for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, every country, every place has their own like problems. Like here we have the corruption that is like our huge thing. That maybe I know that Finland, as you told before, you like the health, the
healthcare system is
good.
Quite good.
I think Finland is one of the most uncorrupted
countries in the world. But of course there's corruption.
You're human. It's called hyvä veli system, good brother.
Yeah.
It's so small that you can do it in the boards of a sauna when you're sitting in a sauna, and then you decide who's getting what.
Yeah, but it also has a lot to do with the Finnish mentality. We follow rules. We follow them like obsessively. If it's decided that from this day on we do like this, then we will do it like this. It doesn't matter what it is, but we follow rules. We are like champions in like lining for things. If there's a shop opening and we have to form a line, we form a really strict line, and nobody like skips or tries to get ahead of anything else. Nobody crosses a red light or something like that. In Finnish society, it's like we obey rules a lot, and that's also, I think it has part of to do why corruption isn't the big thing, because for us it's socially wrong and nobody wants to do it.
And in a good way, do you think that, for example, do you like South America because we are like kind of the opposite of that? It's like you feel like more
relaxed,
or free, like you are like in a zoo here. Like
because it's also
red light that we know nobody gives a fuck about red light. Nobody gives a fuck about the queue. You get into a show and it's a mess.
That's one part, because it's also I won't call it depressing, but it gives me some kind of anxiety, because it feels like if you have a good thing, you throw a good party, you get into a club and decide let's do this and this. There's a shitloads of paperwork you have to do in Finland to get it done, and if it's not pleasing some government employee or something, he shuts the place down like that. It's like naps, and the whole shit goes down. And it's really annoying. Of course, it helps us because everything is quite predictable in Finland. If the train plans to leave at 1 o'clock, it leaves at 1 o'clock. If the bus is decided it comes 4:45, it comes 4:45. Everything goes like smoothly. But on the dark side of it, you don't have that kind of freedom that, hey, I have this great, amazing idea. I want to bring people together. Let's have this party in the park or something. You can't do it because it's not allowed. And you would have to get a paper from some clerk in some office or something, and he says no because he doesn't know if it's allowed or not, or he just decides it's not allowed because he doesn't like it. Then it doesn't happen.
I think that we are into two opposites, and I think that both opposites are like not good or bad, but it's like for us, for example, it would be like really, really, really hard to live in a society as Finland. I don't say that you are wrong.
I think that it's different. It's different.
I think that you're much right that we are, but also it's like sometimes when we speak like with people from like Finland or Australia, New Zealand countries like Canada, and that's for us it's like here it's like a freedom that is like, well, you can do whatever you want. That is quite good, but it's not that good when it's like, well, man, stop. It's like you have to sometimes like it's not good that everybody does
whatever they want. Yeah, you have to
like
have sense to the actions. Yes,
and it's like, well, man, you're fucking, man. You're bothering me now.
But you know, one thing I liked. You told us that you will send a car 8:30.
Yeah.
The car was there 8:30.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you can do that. It's not that because you're here is like you're in a zoo and 8:30 and you can 10:30. No, you can work into that. But you have to work. Because here you have 8:30, there's nobody in the street doing a strike, and sometimes we say, okay, I will meet you at 5. I cannot meet you because the train doesn't leave, the plane doesn't. It's like, well, I arrive 30 minutes later, and it's okay here.
For us, it's something that we really have to work for and get used to, because we are so used. If we decide something that this happens and this, it happens that. Yeah. There's no other way. It's just it happens at that time. So it's different here. But hey, this is our 4th time here. If we wouldn't like it, we wouldn't have come.
Of course. And I think that like traveling and that's the best thing that to know, to get used to other.
Other people, other cultures. Yeah.
And it's not that it's better or it's worse. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. And we can learn from each other
of course.
Cultures and bring good things back to our friends and our community.
But for example, like when I do shows, it's like the venue opens at this, and you try to get into, well, first band plays 9.
Yes.
Second, well, you try to. It's not that, well, shuffle all and gets fucked up and But here is sometimes you manage and you plan something and the outside doesn't
react the way
that your thing. For example, when you're playing in Pura Vida in La Plata, like the people go out really late. Really late. Like 2, 3, they start thinking of what they fucking do. 2, 3 a.m. It's like maybe it's 6, and you see, and everybody go down to the place at 5, 6 a.m. I say, what the fuck, man?
That's really.
Usually we are sleeping with our pizza at home.
Hacking our pizzas.
Because when Finland, when the bar closes, it closes.
Our bars close at 4 o'clock. The alcohol service stops at 4 o'clock, and there's no chance. There's no chance in hell you would get alcohol after that. That's like really strict. That's the difference. We have really strict country in a way that everything is like decided for us. And Latin America, things, in our point of view, things just happen. They are like people make it happen, but it's like complicated system of things that affects this and this and this, and then it happens.
But I think that getting again into the music, you are from Finland, but into the music you're getting more Latin. And you're getting like free of those rules and those things.
That was part of the name, the Mutants. It was part of the idea to like blend in different kind of music. But the first songs that we made were more like instrumental, like surfy kind of stuff, and it started to evolve from there. But we have this thing that let's mutant this thing and make it like a blend of groovy, funky, rocky, sometimes even like stoner kind of music.
And maybe even in the songs when you try to make the songs like right, and then somebody says that no, you can't do it like that. You know, you can't go from that part to that part. That sounds really strange. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
And you get like people there in Europe and Finland try to understand your Latin way of music.
Yeah, they do, because people are aware in Finland, and it's not like it's like difficult parts of what we do. It's Mutants music we are playing, and it sounds like the Mutants are playing the songs. It's not that difficult, but everybody notices that okay, those guys went to Brazil, okay, that they have now this sort of song on their album. They see the influences, but that's what we are actually trying to do. We want to give back something that we felt on our trips, on our shows, the people that we met and the fun times that we have, and try to like collaborate those thoughts and feelings to the songs and the mood of the songs, and especially on the rhythm side, because Mutants, the rhythm is a big part of the thing. It's a really big part of our music. And rhythm is of course in Latin America. Rhythm is the thing.
In your gigs, a part of your songs, what kind of covers do you do live? Do you do some covers live or
no? We've always done our own music. Once we played a Hurricanes song. I think we played it live once, and we had a friend of ours sing as a singer for that one song, and we actually recorded it with a great Finnish duo with drums and just Hammond organs called Nieminen and Litmanen. We in the Mutants and that band we recorded it, a Hurricanes cover song. But
Critic Fly, what was it?
It's Mr. X the song, and I think we still have it like somewhere on analog tape or something. It's never published.
But not live.
Yeah, not live. We made a tribute song to Radio Birdman tribute album. That's about it. We do our own songs, or what we steal from other bands.
Yeah. Wanna play another song from the LP? Or
yeah, why not?
Or from this? Which one do you want to play?
Let's play Sonico, because I get the money out of it. Not really. Nobody gets money out of this.
Desde ahí, Willis, estamos tocando acá con los Mutants, está tocando mañana en del Sónico. Con los Mutants están tocando mañana, están tocando el miércoles en Campana, el jueves en La Plata, el viernes en Detroit, el sábado están tocando en Palermo con los Tormentos y el domingo en Bursaco. La verdad que una charla muy buena, hablando de un montón de cosas. La verdad, lamento no poder ir traduciéndola a la par en castellano, porque bueno, es muy complicado, estoy acá y bueno, tendría que tener alguien que me haga la segunda para ir traduciendo, porque cuando voy preguntando, pero bueno, importante las cosas que van saliendo y demás, hablando un poco de política, de historia, de Finlandia, de Europa, de Sudamérica y demás. Pero bueno, ahora estamos acá. Vamos, ¿sí? ¿Estás listo? Vamos con The Mutants.
Street every Monday through Friday in the 5 and 6 p.m. WBNY newscast. This up-to-the-moment financial feature is another service of WBNY, the voice of Buffalo. 10:35, Lucky Pierre time.
Estamos acá con los Mutants, ahora están afuera, fueron un cigarrillo, y unos fueron al baño, así que estamos acá. Bueno, mañana recuerden que tocan están tocando en Club B, ahí en Avenida Corrientes al 5000. El día miércoles están tocando en el club, el Centro Cultural Pachamama de Campana, junto a los Tesla Coil y Tomate. El día jueves están tocando en Pura Vida en La Plata. El día viernes están tocando junto a los Vincent Price, Trash Colapso en Detroit Club. Esto es en Avenida Rivadavia 17.000 en Morón. Ingreso, la entrada $200. Están tocando Matt Billy 100% vinilos. Este viernes los Mutants en Detroit junto a los Vincent Price. La noche del sábado en Stramer Bar de Mutants con Tormentos, ahí en la calle de Godoy Cruz. Y el domingo cierran la gira en el Tío Bizarro de Bursaco junto a The Reapers, Loop y Angry Z. Bueno, una muy buena entrevista, la verdad yo la estoy disfrutando mucho. Muy macanudos, charlando los finlandeses. Disculpen nuevamente que no puedo ir traduciéndolo a la par lo que voy hablando con ellos, porque bueno, me sería muy engorroso que ir cortando la entrevista, así que nada, pero bueno, creo que aquellos obviamente que si hablan inglés se está entendiendo muy bien, así que nada, mañana martes los van a poder ver en Club B, en martes en vinilo, y bueno, ya después miércoles en Campana, jueves en La Plata, viernes en Morón, sábado en Stramer Bar de Palermo y domingo en el Tío Bizarro. Vamos con un bloque y ya estamos terminando este ATMC con los Mutants, así que nada, tranquilos. Vamos con un bloque negro.
Attention! Attention! Be on the lookout for a girl. 5 feet, 5 inches, long hair, and pretty eyes. And man, how she lies. Last night, she sneaked up behind me, kissed me, and told me she loved me. But man, how she lied. Wanted for questioning, wanted for robbery, wanted for questioning. She told me she needed money for her poor, sick mother. I gave her my money, and when I went to meet her, she was gone. Man, how she lied. Close all the highways, block all the airports. Don't let her leave town. But beware, beware, the suspect is dangerous. Wanted for questioning, wanted for robbery, wanted for questioning. Man, how she
Well, I tried. Well, I tried the best I could. Well, I tried. Well, I tried the best I could. Oh, yeah. Well, I did. Did the best I could. But you just won't change. Didn't think you would. Well, I tried. Well, I tried. The best I could. Could have been gone. Could have been gone. But I stayed around. Could have been gone. Oh yes, I could have been gone. Lord, but I stayed around. Oh yes, I did. I could have been gone. Gone down to the country. I could have found love. Could have got married. Could have been gone. Could have been gone. But I stayed around. Oh yeah, I did. Well, I did. I did the best I could. But you just won't let it be like a good love should. Well, I tried. Well, I tried the best I could. I did. Oh, yeah, I did.
Man, you know I done enjoyed things that kings and queens will never have. In fact, kings and queens can never get. And they don't even know about it. look here. I did not say I was a millionaire. But I said I have spent more money than a millionaire. Because if I had kept all the money that I had already spent, I would have been a millionaire a long time ago. And women, red googly moogly.
Was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America. This is the movie that is just as real, just as close, just as terrifying as being there. Even if one of them survives, what will be left? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
Bueno, acá estamos con los Mutants, que estamos terminando el programa. Tocan mañana en Club B, el miércoles en Campana, el jueves en La Plata, el viernes en Morón, el sábado en Palermo, en el club, en el Stramer Bar, y el domingo en el Tío Bizarro de Bursaco. Vienen de tocar en Uruguay, llegaron hace un ratito y por suerte tuve que estén acá 3 de sus miembros. Así que bueno, fue la entrevista, pasaba parte de material de sus 2 últimos discos y bueno, espero que vayan a verlos a todas estas fechas. Tienen martes a domingo, elijan el lugar, ya saben, y si no, fíjense en Facebook o en Instagram y demás. Thank you, Mutants, for coming after your trip from Uruguay. I know you're tired, but well, thanks.
We are always some kind of tired, but we are always a lot happy.
And always available.
Yes.
We'll see you Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
For sure. Then tomorrow you're playing in Club B. It's a good place.
Club. Yeah.
Every Tuesdays they have the free that it's a I think that they're doing for a lot of years. They're in Club B. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. You're playing good venues. La Plata, Pura Vida, it's a good thing. Bursaco, always. Detroit, it's a great place. Stramer Bar in Palermo also it's a good place. You're playing also with Tormentos, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a great show.
Good evening. Yeah.
And well, I hope that we have another tour from South America, even with more countries.
Definitely we will. We love to come back here, and we will do that. Maybe not next year, but in every 2 or 3 years we'll try to. Or if somebody will ask us to come next year, hey, we don't have a problem with that, of course.
That's good. Well, we're playing the last song from your last LP. It's not the last song of the LP. It's called the
La Rioja Bondage.
La Rioja. It's
some sort of kinky kind of way, but in a good way.
In a good way. Bueno, acá.
So greetings to all the people in Argentina, the town La Rioja. Rioja.
I'd like to say something too. I'd like to say,
yeah, that's it.
That's traditional Finnish
cursing words.
No, power words.
Yes, it's powering people.
Yeah.
That's what the athletes in Finland always scream when they are trying to do their absolute best.
Perkele. Esto fue y será ante mucha calma. Thank you, Mutants.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Vayan a verlos martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Esto fue y será ante mucha calma de Mutants. Chau.